Something.
The sound of an urgent alarm fills the cockpit.
Go around, go for it.
It's the low altitude warning. To the pilots, it seems impossible. They don't even have the runway in sight yet.
Go around! Go around thrust.
The captain decides to abort the landing. But it may be too late. The crew of British Midland Flight 92 is completing final takeoff preparations for a short flight to Belfast, Northern Ireland. Captain Kevin Hunt flew the plane in from Belfast. First Officer David McClellan takes the controls for the return trip.
Thrust set. Here we go.
As Flight 92 clears the busy airspace around Heathrow, the controller permits the crew to climb to the cruising altitude, 35,000 feet.
Can I have a coffee too, please?
13 minutes into the flight,
Oh. You smell that? Is that smoke?
there's a problem with one of the 737's two engines. Captain Hunt takes control, leaving his first officer to work out what's wrong with the plane.
It's fire, Kevin.
Which one is it?
It's the right one.
The crew tries to stabilize the problem engine by reducing power on that side.
Okay, throttle it back.
Throttle it back.
Seems to be running all right now.
The crew seems to have solved the immediate crisis,
But we're still at the smoke.
but want to get back on the ground as fast as possible.
This is Midland 92. We've got an engine fire. We need to divert to East Midlands.
Understood. Clear for descent to 10,000 feet.
Flight 92 is just 15 minutes from East Midlands Airport. It's closer than returning to Heathrow.
Landing lights.
On.
The pilots will have to make the landing with just one engine.
Flaps 1, please.
To land safely at low speed,
Flaps 1.
the pilots need to set their flaps to increase lift
Power, please.
and call for more power from their one remaining engine. The pilots face a terrifying new danger.
We're losing another engine.
Incredibly, the left engine is now failing. Their plane could soon have no engine power at all. Flight 92 is less than 1,000 feet from the ground. The pilots need to think fast.
Try relighting the other one.
They try to restart the engine they shut down.
It's not. I can't seem to.
It won't start. One engine is dead. The other is in flames.
I have to stretch the glide.
Captain Hunt pulls up the nose of the plane, hoping to stay in the air long enough to reach the airport. But more and more alarms are filling the cockpit.
Damn it!
The stall warning shakes the captain's controls. A deadly sign that they're about to lose their lift. British Midland Flight 92 has slammed into an embankment beside the M1 highway, just half a mile from the airport. 87 of the 126 people on board are alive, but many are injured, including Captain Hunt, who has a broken spine. Chris Pollard scrutinizes engine debris recovered from farmland near Kegworth. Every fragment is a potential clue about what happened to British Midland Flight 92.
Some bits were extremely small. It is actually a tribute to the quality of the search that we got as much as we did.
One fragment stands out.
Gotcha.
It shows clear signs of metal fatigue. Because of where it was found, Pollard believes it was almost certainly the first thing to break on the 737.
If you assume that the fatigue failure was the first failure, that would have lost about 4 inches off the end of one of the blades.
The finding could explain how the engine failure began. Even one broken fan blade can disturb the flow of air through an engine, causing it to surge, a process similar to a car backfiring.
What is it, the engines?
The engine tries to find a new balance, and to do that, it rattles around.
Be all right, man.
It would have been a lot of physical vibration. The passengers reported that it was like the sound of, in a tumble dryer, of rocks and stuff being thrown around. It would have really been quite violent.
No two fan blades are...
At SimpliSafe, we designed the #1 rated home security system powered by 24/7 professional monitoring for half the cost of traditional security. So you stay safe for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like SimpliSafe. Customize the perfect system for your home at simplysafe.com.
Coach Brian?
Keep those eyes closed. And Kim, we're going to get Colorado back to its rightful place as the healthiest state.
Are you gonna keep talking? Because I'm trying.
Set. Go, Kim.
Pollard hopes a metallurgical examination will tell him which engine the weakened blade came from.
Although the blades were all nominally of exactly the same alloy, there were, if you started to look in the sort of parts per million analysis of these things, there were slight differences between each blade.
Pollard soon has an answer.
Blade 17, left engine.
The blade that broke first and caused the vibration came from the left engine. Investigators now face a troubling question. Why did the pilot shut down the right engine if the vibrations were in the left?
A crew this experienced